welcome back to another episode of In the Shop with CustomLowz. It's episode 30 today. We're going to be working on the underseat enclosure, working on the center console. That was primed yesterday. Should be dry today, so going to try to work on the underseat enclosure, see if this thing is dry enough, sand it up, start getting it assembled. Underseat enclosure, we got to get this top on here. Got to do some notches for the motors. The X10s have super big motors. Either way, let's get right to work though. Alright guys, figured I'd take a break right now, show you guys where we're at. We got the top on, the notch is cut. Now we got to start figuring out a fiberglass shell to go over this motor. The X motors are specifically big, so you have to do this. There are a couple other woofers, like some single 8 or dual 8-inch enclosures for underseats. You got to do the same thing for the motors because the enclosures are not that tall. So we're going to make some fiberglass covers for these. This is probably going to be a cover that gets put on after I bedline the inside and put the top on. The top is only on right now so I can get the shape of the fiberglass pieces I need. Then I'm going to take them off, bedline the inside of the enclosure, then put everything back on, finally secure it, with screws and glue and whatnot. But it should work good. We're going to start getting that done now. Figured I'd bring you guys back in for another update. Got the one side fiberglassed. I'm kind of just waiting on that to dry now. Still got the motor in there, obviously. I don't want to have that I don't want to move that because that's what's giving me my shape. So waiting on that to dry. Once that's done, I'll jump over onto this other side and continue on. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. All right, so it's been like, I don't know, 30 minutes. Definitely dry. All right, now I'm gonna take the sub out. I'm gonna keep all this here just because there's no really reason to remove it, but I'm gonna pull the sub, and it definitely seems like it's hard enough to hold its shape now. Then I can get to the other one. Finished up with both sides now. This side's still drying, this side completely dry. I don't know if you guys can, you probably can't tell from a time lapse, but what I'm doing is I'm mixing 16 ounces of fiberglass resin, and I'm basically just soaking and absorbing as much fiberglass mat into 16 ounces as I can. I'm not stopping based on the amount of fiberglass mat I have. I even went and grabbed some from my little backstock, but I'm putting as much as I can within 16 ounces. So you can already kind of see here, this looks a lot darker than this does here. It's a good possibility that I got a lot more fiberglass mat into this one. I kind of laid it in a different style. Either way though, once I pop these off, they're gonna get fiberglassed over again so I can permanently adhere them to the enclosure. So we're making good progress. We're gonna give this some dry time now, and then we'll be back in here, take that sub out, pop the molds off, and then we'll start figuring out, man, battery issue again. We'll start figuring out what the next steps are. All right, so both pieces are dried. I already went and pulled them off, took all the paper and the tape and plastic off of there. This is basically a freshly pulled mold with the tape off. I just Sharpied out the lines of where I want to cut it. Now you can see the wood pieces I used, they helped me get a little extra space from the motor, but they also gave me an extra strength, because fiberglass is strongest when it is in bends and contours. So not only on the flat spots, you know, do we have this shape here, which is a contour in here, that'll give us extra rigidity. You know, this one here, ooh, wow, this one here, I mean, super strong. I'm still gonna do a layer of glass over it. As you can see, this one here is already trimmed up. I have it attached to the back piece. It will not get attached to this until after I bed liner both pieces on the inside, because I have to do the top, the underside of the top, and then I have to do the inside, obviously. So I'm gonna fiberglass this to this, and it'll all be one solid piece afterwards. So I'm gonna get this piece trimmed up, drilled out, and attached. Figured I would just show you guys where I'm at. Alright, so we're mixing up more primer, getting this underseat enclosure sprayed. Got the plexiglass, or fiberglass tops for the sub motors finished, mounted. We're going to start spraying these pieces so they could sit overnight and dry. Hopefully tomorrow we could start getting some bed liner sprayed. Alright, we got all these pieces primed up, the top and the enclosure itself. We're going to let this dry for the night. It's looking good though. We got a lot of progress done. We're going to call it a night here, guys. Thank you so much for watching another episode of In the Shop with CustomLowz. It has been episode 30. It's a lot of episodes. It's a lot of hard work putting all these together. If you guys like them, please make sure you let me know by subscribing to my channel, liking the videos, and dropping me a comment below. Definitely a lot of work. If you guys would, and you could, please click my Patreon link and make sure you join my Patreon. I've had a whole bunch of requests to, do different camera angles, get, tripods and all this stuff like that, but obviously all that stuff costs money, and with YouTube not making me anything currently, and I'm just kind of doing it to get my work out there and also give you guys a little bit of entertainment. Obviously I don't have the money to invest in doing all the videos right now, so if you guys could, make sure you check out my Patreon link. If not, make sure you share my video. A comment and a like goes a far way. Also, I'll be back tomorrow again with another episode 31 tomorrow. I can't believe we've made it this far already. Thank you guys so much for watching. For all of you who've been watching since episode 1, thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do so now. For all your audio equipment needs, subwoofers, amplifiers, wire, speakers, batteries, subwoofer enclosure designs, make sure you check out my website. I got links in the description below for everything you're going to need for car audio. Make sure you check that out, and I'll see you guys on another episode tomorrow.